Hey guys, I'm coming on here to share this message. I've shared it in an older video that I shared a while back, but that was also with a bunch of other things, so it just kind of got mixed up in there. But I'm going to share this because a lot of people have been asking, and I love sharing this. It's such a wonderful gift that the Lord gave me, but it's a lot to type out, so I'm just going to make a quick video about it to explain. So a lot of you have asked where my name Heshkinah has come from. It is not the name given to me by my mother. It was a name given to me by God. And just to explain how it went, so for several months, I'm not really sure how many months. I want to say anywhere between like 6 and 8 months. I think, I'm really not sure. But for several months, this word, and it wasn't fully put together, it was almost fully put together, was going through my mind. And it would just come randomly in my mind often. And I was like, what is that? What is that? And after a while, I had a sense that it was a name. And then finally, it came together fully. And, months and months later, and I was like, what is this name? Like, what is this? And then it was revealed to me that it was my name. And this was all the Lord revealing this to me. And this was a very long process. So I looked up, I think once or twice, the name itself, and it doesn't even exist. I was like, well, that's odd. And so I just kind of let it be for weeks, months. I'm not really sure how long. As most of you know, I'm not good with time. I'm really not. That's a lot of the reason why I share things so swiftly, and I pray and the Lord gives me permission to share things so swiftly, because I'm not good with time. Time blurs together with me, and I have horrible short-term memory loss. But anyway, so a while later, it came to me to look up the name in parts. So I was like, okay. And the curiosity had struck me again. I was talking with the Lord about it and asking him to guide me. And so I looked up Hesh, and the first thing that popped up underneath was Hebrew meaning. And I was like, yeah, I'm clicking that. And it stands for lovely. And it says it's like a masculine sense, which I instantly felt a relation to because, yes, I'm a woman. And I have I have my feminine side, but I also have a very strong tomboyish side as well. So I related to that obviously related to it because the Lord gave it to me. But anyway, so Hesh stood for lovely. And I was like, wow, I was just like, I was already, I felt like my spirit was just tearing up. I was so overwhelmed, like, oh, Lord, are you telling me that I'm lovely to you? And okay, don't cry. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So I looked up Kina, and I looked up Kina, Kina, and I looked up Kina, Kinah, and I found wonderful things with both of them, and with both, I believe with both, if I remember correctly, popped up Hebrew meaning again. So I was like, of course. So I click on it, and I remember it saying dirge, and I was like, I know what that means, but I don't know. I was like, I know it, but I can't remember. So I looked up dirge, and the definition of dirge was a mournful song, music of peace. There was something else. Anyway, that's what I remember right now. And I was just like, wow. Like, it felt so personal, and the Holy Spirit had come through me in these moments, and I just felt so loved and so seen by the Lord because I'm a very mournful person. I grieve a lot. I have a grievous heart. And sometimes I believe it's just, for just fleshly reasons, just in my flesh, and oftentimes spiritually, I grieve with the Lord over certain things that are grievous to him. And and I also cry a lot, joyfully as well. And music of peace, I mean, I'm not saying this to toot my own horn, I'm really not. I am a completely imperfect and wretched human being like everyone else here in this sinful nature. But deep down inside, my whole life, I have always craved peace, always wanted to be a peacekeeper, always, often tried to meet, okay, I don't want to say always, because I have sinned like many others. It's not like I've never started a fight, never started an argument, so that's not true. But in my nature, majority of the time, I prefer peacekeeping. I hate arguments. They're so deeply cringy to me. I don't like phrases like that are argumentative. I really just don't like those things. I really don't. And music has always been a joy of mine. Always. So that just felt so personal to me. When I did a deep research into those parts of the name, and other things that I did was I looked up the number, you know how with the alphabet A is 1, B is 2, so on and so forth. I looked up the numbers to my name, my legal first name, and I looked up the numbers to Heshkinah, and they were completely different numbers. And I looked up the meanings of these numbers in Strong's Concordance, and I did a deep research. I go back and forth from the Hebrew and Greek, whatever I feel called to by the Holy Spirit. And what came up with both of those numbers, which were completely different numbers, was to bind and pinions. Not opinions, but pinions. And I did a deeper research of those things, and what I came to find was to bind spirits and to fabricate together. And it was just so beautiful because I've always been a dot connector. The Lord, I'm such a seeker, always have been. Even when I wasn't, following the Lord the way I am now, in the world I was a seeker, a dot connector, always trying to do these things. And now with the Lord, the right way, it's so beautiful. But all these things were just so personal to me. And it makes sense because God is a personal God. And so it's just so amazing. It's so amazing because, of course, this is God, because there are no coincidences. And only He could do something as amazing as that. And it just, when I think and reflect on it, it's so beautiful. It's such a gift that He gave me. And I had a few people tell me Heshkinah. It's like, I believe the word is Ha, H-A with apostrophe. Shkina means to walk with the Spirit. And what was it that gentleman told me? I don't remember now. I wish I remembered. Actually, maybe I can look it up on my other phone, on my work phone, and see if it pops up. Oh, yeah, so, Shekinah, which, this gentleman told me this morning. His name is Bob. I love and adore him. He's such a precious soul. But anyway, he told me this morning, Shekinah is basically my name, but with the letters moved around. And it stands for the glory of the divine presence, conventionally represented as light or interpreted symbolically as divine feminine aspect. And then, what does this say? Shekinah is also dwelling or settling of the divine presence of God. And then he also, because the Lord calls us all to share certain things, for whatever reason, he felt called to share with me Luma, which means wind and another, and spirit or something like that. And another word for wind is spirit. Another word for spirit is wind. And I was like, you know, it's interesting that you bring that up, because my Native American name that my mother gave to me is Voice of the Wind. So all of these things just kind of tie together, and it's just, I'm humbled. I'm deeply humbled. I'm honored, and it's amazing. So I'm happy to share that with you guys. And yeah, that's all. So God bless. Love you guys. Bye.